Cecilia Thomas, first one in the room. Good to see you. Chris MG, everyone on the replay and live. Give Chris MG a follow. Fantastic YouTuber out there in Grenada. Good to see you. Welcome. I started 15 minutes early because we are supposedly going to have rain. So the minute it starts raining, we're going to I want to do a full tour of the park for you guys, but we're going to try to abbreviate it as much as possible. I don't want to get wet. Good to see you, Adam. Welcome. Gotta take a little walking tour. All the trees are blossoming. All the trees are blooming. Hell yeah. And you're off of work today. Awesome. Good to see you, Tracy Taylor. Welcome. Welcome to Central Park. We are here at 6th Avenue. Here at the 6th Avenue entrance here at Central Park. And if you were to come on a walking tour with me, this is where we begin our tour. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to fall down the Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole. Sam the Schnoz, good to see you. You guys ready to do this? Let's do this. Central Park walking tour, guys. Here we go. We start off with Jose Martin. Right here. This is his famous statue here depicting him being shot on his horse. He is buried in Santiago, Cuba. And guess who's buried right next to him? The one, the only, Fidel Castro. Part of the reason why they call it the Avenue of America is over here. But Juan Jose Martin. And as we go in, let's go down the rabbit hole. Let's fall down. Alice in Wonderland time. Here we go. As we enter Central Park, please keep in mind that all of Central Park is completely man-made. If you want to build Central Park in your hometown, you can. All you need is 27,000 trees, 9,000 benches, 142 miles of drainage pipes, 58 miles of pedestrian pathways. Oh yeah, 843 acres. You got a new vlog. Everyone follow Chris MG. She got a new vlog out. I gotta check that out, Chris. I'm gonna check that out maybe on the subway ride home. Honey Badger, good to see you. And the boss out there in Dundee. Welcome. It's a nice mild day out here. Still in the t-shirt, but I did have my jacket on this morning. It was a little cold this morning on this morning's Brooklyn Bridge tour. They used 266 tons of gunpowder to sculpt the rock, and they disturbed nearly 2.7 million cubic yards of rock to sculpt it in the way Olmsted and Vaux needed to. Frederick Law Olmsted, he's an American-born landscape architect. I like to say he directs the trees. And then you have Calvert Vaux, a British-born architect, more formal architect. He designs the infrastructure and a lot of the bridges and structures that are in the park. Yep, 6th Avenue. Yep, Avenue of America is correct. Well, let's see how much of this tour we could get in before it starts raining. No, Manhattan did not look like this. This is not nature just walled off. This is a completely man-made environment. This is why I say you can make this anywhere. The only natural features are these little outcroppings of rock here. And these outcroppings of rock, this is Manhattan schist, the bedrock of Manhattan Island. Manhattan did not look like this. It was scrubland. And actually, a lot of these trees weren't even here. The majority of trees, of the 27,000 trees, they were brought in from New Jersey. They're actually grown to a certain maturity and then brought over here. But the trees right now are, this is the time of year when you could really get an idea of what Olmsted and Vaux were going for when they planted all their trees here. You know, look at this. I love how you get like this little burst of color right here. Now, Frederick Law Olmsted, he invents a tree moving machine in 1855, and this tree moving machine was so popular that the cities of London, Paris, and Barcelona bought one. But this is what you're going for, you know, forced perspective. You know, this is what it's about. Again, everything here is the way the pathways are set up, the way the park is. It's meant to set up that it hides you from the urban environment that you are trying to escape from. They really did, Olmsted and Vaux really did think that a park like this will reform you and, save you from alcoholism and even adultery. Rather. Victorian Gardens is about to move in. Victorian Gardens is a little temporary amusement park for children run by the same people who run Coney Island's Luna Park. They're Bloomberg's friends at Central Amusements International. As we come up to the pond, this is where our mandarin duck used to live. But unfortunately, thanks to the Twitters, we know that the mandarin duck has been missing now for 16 days. Who knows where the mandarin duck is today? Hopefully the mandarin duck is doing well. Maybe he's in a penthouse apartment. You never know. But here is the pond. It's at the corner of 5th Avenue and 59th Street. Plaza Hotel will be coming into view once we get onto the Gatsbo Bridge. Here it is this year. A lot of people out. Kind of happy to do a bike tour in here today. I hope so, Adam. I hope so. All right, it's nuts out here. Let's keep moving. It's nuts like Brooklyn Bridge on this little bridge here, this little Gatsbo Bridge right now. I hope the mandarin duck has found an amazing house to live in. Good to see you. You're chained to the desk. Can't wait to leave it until 4. Hang on in there. Good to see you, Blondie. Welcome. We're just rambling about Central Park here. Now, it took some time for the full vision of Central Park to come to fruition. When the park first opens up in 1858, the park is quite far north of New York City. The city actually only comes up to around 34th Street. And after that, it's a couple of roads and a couple of shacks up here in the park in particular. So really the only well-to-do were able to get up here. In fact, for the first 10 years the park was open, 50% of all carriage users had their own private carriage. Now, who had a private carriage in the 1850s? Well, the top 5% income earners. So those were the only ones who really enjoyed the park when it first opened. And there were subtle little things to push away the common folk from using the park. There were no large gatherings allowed on Sundays, no loud music to be played on Sundays, and usually Sunday is the one day off people had. And no ball playing, no running on the grass, no sweating allowed in the original Central Park. Oh, Van Cortlandt Park is great. We got to do a live stream up in Van Cortlandt Park. Van Cortlandt Park is known for one main thing. It is the largest bit of natural forest still left in New York City. Like Prospect Park got a little bit in there. Even some northern sections here at Central Park have a few trees left over from a small stand of trees, forest if you will. But Van Cortlandt Park, that's a real deal forest. Predates the city, predates everything. So we will be going to Strawberry Fields on our little walking tour. We might actually have to end it at Strawberry Fields, but we are on a proper walking tour. I'm taking you to most of the major scenes that you have heard about here in the park. Neboul, bienvenue. Everyone follow Neboul. Fantastic YouTuber out there in the south of France. Here's the dairy. Now, as the name suggests, this is one of the 4 original buildings designed for Central Park, designed by Calvert Vaux. The dairy used to buy cheese here, used to buy milk here. There used to be cows grazing right here in front of us. Yes. Now, there was some kind of health scare in the 1870s. All right. Nobody got killed, but people got sick. But inside there is a gift shop today, and you could buy Central Park perfume, and you could smell like the park. Green Acres, that's right. Free to laugh now. Good to see you. I was trying to sing the Green Acres theme on my second ride over the Brooklyn Bridge today, and I tried to remember that Zsa Zsa Gabor line, the Zsa Zsa Gabor lines. But welcome. Everyone follow Free to Laugh now. We got to get that voice more here on the YouTubes. Let's make our way up to the mall. We are not shopping. There is no Abercrombie and Finch. This mall is to promenade, it's to stroll. Now, if we keep on walking straight down this pathway here next to that awesome tree down there, that is the, oh my God, I'm blanking on the name of the arch. I'm blanking on it. I think it's called the Checkerboard Arch. No. Oh, it's landmark, Chris. It was in terrible condition in the 80s, but we brought it all back. But anyway, that arch up right up there, that overpass, that's what they used in the Home Alone 2 when he's running away from the bird lady. Now, there's a mound that he is on further down in this direction here that he's actually interacting with the bird lady, but he runs away from the bird lady and he runs in this direction here out the arch, and then they cut to another shot and he's running towards the camera in this direction. How funny is that? It's completely thrown off. You just adore a penthouse view, darling. Are those the lyrics for you to laugh now? Are those the lyrics? In front of us, the Chess and Checkers house. And in the warmer months, you could borrow a free chess or checkers board. This used to be Kid Mountain, the only place where children were allowed to play when Central Park first opens up. Literally, that's all it was. It was a rock with some handles in it, and it was called Kid Mountain. It only lasted for so long. I can imagine children got hurt on it. So we were at the Mandarin Duck's pond, and unfortunately, the Mandarin Duck has been missing for the last 16 days. So we don't know where he is. Hopefully he's doing good. Hopefully he's in a penthouse apartment. But we were just there by the pond at 5th Avenue, 59th Street. The people on Twitter are very assured with themselves that the duck is fine. And I hope the duck is fine, but I was happy to experience him a few times and show him to you guys here on the live stream. It was one of those New York moments that you kind of is unbelievable. But you can see how, like, the little trees, the accents, it really forces your perspective. Okay, native New Yorker, good to see you, welcome. Now I'm going to show you something that 90% of the tour guides will not show you. I'm going to show you something that predates the park. We're going to go way back. We're going to go way back to 1811. The grid plan. And I'm blanking on the guy's name who actually went out and drove all these stakes. I should bring it up right now. Oh my God, is it Charles something Jr.? Oh, this name's gonna haunt me now until I get on the train. But anyway, it's this guy who created the grid plan back in 1811. And what he did was at all the major intersections, he planted either like a marble monument or a stake in the ground if there was like a big rock like this is. And yes, the park was a big open field, right? No, it was not. It was scrubland. Some of it was a swamp. Some of it was rocky kind of outcroppings like this. There were little streams, little ponds. There was a rock quarry. There was an Irish pig farm. There was the town of Seneca Village. But at all the major intersections, John Randall Jr., the creator of the grid plan, drove these stakes, put these monuments here. And because of Central Park, a lot of these major intersections did not exist. Luckily, they were never built. So now, as you see, we're lined up with the street right now. We are on 6th Avenue. Welcome to 6th Avenue and 65th Street. Here is the bolt that John Randall Jr. himself planted here in 1811. You can see it's covered in mercury, but there it is. The last grid marker bolt in existence from 1811. Right there. Right there. Keep on going. We're right here in the shadow of the mall. Now, the mall used to have a fantastic entrance. It was called the Marble Arch. And unfortunately, an evil man by the name of Robert Moses destroyed that. But if you can imagine, most of the major entrances here to Central Park that took you into the interior of the park, you completely avoided the carriage trail right here. So they were underpasses. And in this case here, there was a marble arch that went underneath this pathway right here to take you into the mall. Unfortunately, when they widened the main drives in the 1930s, they got rid of the Marble Arch. But look up photos of the Marble Arch. It was an amazing entrance. Done in all this white marble and everything. Oh my God. Can you hear the life? Can you feel it? Look at this. Good to see you, 80s Music fan. Welcome. There go them Dutch. Them Dutch love riding them bikes. I probably took about 20 Dutch people over the bridge today. Good to see you. So as we enter the mall, we're in Literary Walk, the southern end of the mall here. The mall is the only straight pathway in all of Central Park. And I'm really watching the clock because it's supposed to rain at 4 o'clock. So we may have to cut this tour short, but I'm going to try to show you as much as we can. Now this is the Olmsted Garden right here. Now here would have been the exit to the Marble Arch. The Marble Arch would have took you underneath here. You would have walked underneath, and then there were the grand steps that took you out right here. But unfortunately, all we have now is this garden. Here's Columbus. Hey Columbus, how you doing? I love these bands that come out here. I absolutely love them. And look at all these. Look at all the plants coming out. Ah, yes. Here we are. Pointing true north, south, east, and west. Here is the mall. The only straight pathway. In the movie Kramer versus Kramer, this is where the father teaches his son how to ride a bike. You hated it? Okay. Here, you see this beautiful canopy of trees here? This is one of the largest stands of great American elm trees in the United States. Actually, this is only second largest to a larger one in Washington, D.C. A lot of the trees here were planted here in 1855, 1856. Good to see you, Wilbs, driving a Northern Line. So we have Sir Walter Scott and Robert Burns. Robbie Burns. Did Robbie Burns Day pass, boss? Did Robbie Burns pass? To all acquaintance be forgotten, all anxiety. He wrote that song. Good to see you, Debbie. Yes. Good to thank you so much, Tracy. Yes. Anyway, it's New Year's. Happy New Year, folks. You love that movie. Oh, yeah, I cried my eyes out too, Chris. Good to see you, Joey. Everyone follow Joey67. Do me a favor, Joey BKLYN _67. Do me a favor. We got to get him to 1,000 subscribers. It is a long walk, but you know. Can't live life. Your favorite park. Oh, yeah, we're coming up to the Angel of the Waters next as we mosey on down the mall here. Good to see you, Joey. Just about 20 minutes into our little walking tour. Look at the life out here. Oh, the life, everyone running around. And always a treat to come to Central Park. Actually, you know what we should do? I am going to cut this tour a little short, so we're not going to see Alice in Wonderland, but you know what? We'll say hello to Balto really quick. So what we're going to do is we're going to depart from the mall right now, and we're going to go down this side entrance here to the mall, and we're going to go underneath the drive over here, and I'm going to show you. Let's say hi to Balto. Let's say hello to Balto the dog. Balto the dog in 1925, in the winter of 1925, he was the lead dog of a team of sled dogs, the final lead dog that delivered the antidote to diphtheria to the children of Nome, Alaska. Saved over 220 children's lives. You might have seen him in the cartoon. But we gotta say hello to good old Balto, because it's a beautiful day in the city. All right, don't you love Balto? Me too. We're gonna go underneath the Willowdale Arch now. And I see him. I see our friend. I see our friend. And I always say, the luckiest dogs in New York City all come to Central Park. And Prospect Park. Took a tour of the Bronx before? Awesome. There he is. There's good old Balto. Here he is. I love how he's like a little bit shiny on the top because all the kids like to ride him. If you do have a young child straddle the statue here, be a little careful. It might be a little slippery. But there's our friend. The greatest dog. Dedicated to the indomitable spirit of the sled dogs. Now, a private company got the money together to build this. A civic organization, actually, more accurately, got the money together to put this together. You could say that Balto was like one of the first viral stars of his day. He was very famous in the newspapers. And just 10 months after he saved those children's lives, his statue was dedicated to his memory and to his honor there. And he literally, after that, he was a superstar. He traveled the world. Isn't that a great photo? He relayed over 600 miles through ice and treacherous waters and blizzards and saved those children's lives in the winter of 1925. Gotta love Balto. Gotta love Balto. Let's go back on. Let's go back on to the mall now. That's right. Kind of going at random times. Duty and humanity, we salute you. That's right, 80s music fan. That is right. All right, let's get back. Let's get back to the mall. And we'll make our way over to the Angel of the Waters. This is lots of new buildings going up. Billionaires Row coming together rapidly. Lots of thin, tall buildings going up. And actually a fun building you might want to look up is the Steinway building. 6th Avenue and 57th Street. The building is so ridiculously thin. It's going to be 82 stories tall, but it's only going to have 22 apartments on the inside of it. How crazy is that? Right, reminds you of the tour we did, right now. I'm kind of freestyling it right now because I know it's going to rain in a little bit, so I'm going to try to show you as much of the park as possible here. Well, it's a beautiful day here in New York. We just lost the sun. When I hopped on the subway from Lower Manhattan, the sun was still out. By the time I got out, we have lost it. And then I said to myself, let me check the radar. And I checked the radar, and I'm like, whoa, okay, rain in 40 minutes. So, but as you see, back on the mall with this wonderful canopy of great American elm trees. Everything just beginning to come out. Springtime, baby. When we come back here in the summertime, this will be a nice thicket of green colors. But now it's spring, so you get the accent colors everywhere. So Frederick Laure Olmsted designed a tree moving machine in 1855, and like I said, Paris, Barcelona, and London bought a machine. There's actually an entire issue of Popular Mechanics devoted to this machine. But for 12 years after the park was kind of completed in 1858, as they were continuing to build the park north of us, Frederick Laure Olmsted literally went around in a wagon, and he said, "Oh, let me have that tree 5 feet over to the right." He literally went around moving trees and micromanaging them. So it looked perfect. Had a great Chinese and neck massage along there. Nice. You miss hearing the oh, you gotta come back to New York. If you miss that stuff, gotta come back to New York. Let's just listen to this saxophone here off in the distance here. Taking the sounds of Central Park. Good to see you, Griff. Welcome. Elias, good to see you. As we approach Bethesda Terrace and the Angel of the Waters fountain, as you move around the landscape here, as you move around the stairways here, the different sections of this landscape reference to 4 different seasons. It was created in 1871, 1872, designed by Jacob Ray Mould. Welcome to the heart, the beating heart of Central Park. And we're going to do this in 2 parts. We're going to first go up on the terrace, then we're going to come back around, and we're going to go through the arcade. But first, let's take the view from the terrace. Good to see you, Maureen. Welcome. Just here strolling around Central Park. 843 acres of fun, sprinkled with 27,000 trees, 9,000 benches, 142 miles of drainage pipe. They used over 220 tons of gunpowder. That's more gunpowder that was used in the Battle of Gettysburg to sculpt the rock. None of this is real. You want to go to Cherry Hill? We could go to Cherry Hills right over there. I think we have to go to Cherry Hill, actually, Debbie. Thank you for reminding me. We actually have to go to Cherry Hill because, well, the cherry blossoms are blossoming. So we have to go there. So now we're on the cross drive here, on the center drive. This is roughly West 72nd Street. As we're crossing this, making our way over here to the terrace. Yeah, before it rains. It's right down the way here. Thanks for loving my channel, Blondie. Now, back in the day, this is kind of like the unofficial center of Manhattan Island. almost the very center if you count Battery Park City and whatnot. But now what we're gonna do is reminds you of Solid as a Rock. That's right, they did film that video here. Oh my god. That's it. Now I gotta go watch that video the minute I get home. Yeah, no, exactly. No, the cherry blossoms are blooming right now, so this is why we're here. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk down underneath the arcade. Absolutely. You know, that's the thing about it, Wilbs, you know? The thing about Central Park is, and this is, I was about to say, these bikes better be locked up. The amazing thing about Central Park is that, you know, it's always changing. And I think, I don't know what's more, the people, you know, like the people complimenting nature or nature complimenting the people. The Rumsey Playfield up here, there used to be a casino up there. They used to have lots of debaucherous stuff going on, but this is where we have our summer concert series. And also, that's where the GMA Good Morning America summer concert series is right up there. A walk is on your bucket list. Yes! You gotta get out here. You gotta get out here. Let's say hello to the Rooster. Hello. Rooster looking great as always. Right? Oh wow, I think we have copyright music down here. As we go underneath, we're about to see the Milton tiles. The Milton tiles are the only application of Milton tiles in the world vaulted onto a ceiling. You could find some Milton tiles in the White House. But as we look up, you're gonna see over 15,000 hand-painted tiles. Duty Ron's in the house. Good to see you, Duty Ron. Of the night. Everyone follow Duty Ron. Let's get him to 10,000 subscribers. We got to get him hooked up to that YouTube space down here in Soho. There it is. Here is your Angel of the Waters fountain, the first public commission work for the city of New York designed by a woman, Emma Stubbins. The statue and the fountain reference the Gospel of John. Hand outstretched, blessing the waters of Bethesda with the little cherubs amongst its feet. And everyone's playing music out here right now. It's kind of wild. I want to say, well, yeah, I don't know what instrument he's playing, but yes, the park opened up in 1858, but a lot of the features weren't completed. Like the area we're in right now, this area was completed in 1871. It's made of brass. Our Angel of the Water is made of brass. And you know, back in the day, we used to let the fountain run during the winter time. And of course, because it's brass, it expands and contracts and whatnot, and we were completely destroying the fountain. So when this whole area got a restoration in 2007, we completely took the fountain apart and we rebuilt it. Let's say hello to our Angel. Later on, when it gets a little bit warmer, we'll have some lily pads in the fountain here. Now, since it's gonna rain, let's make our way over to Cherry Hill. We're gonna make our way over to Cherry Hill and Strawberry Fields. Absolutely, Wilbs. That's right. If you like what you're watching, hit that like button. Let YouTube know that you love me. Let the algorithm know. Okay. Off to, well, actually, we're going to do, now, see, normally I would walk up in this direction over here and we'll go say hello to Alice in Wonderland, but because it's going to rain, I want to be kind of close to my subway. So we're going to make our way over to the west side now. And what we're going to do is we're going to do Bow Bridge, Cherry Hill, and then Strawberry Fields. But good call about Cherry Hill, because I almost completely forgot about Cherry Hill. And a lot of the rowboats are out. You was here on Saturday. Awesome. Was it nice out here? It was probably nuts out here on Saturday, right? Saturday was a beautiful day. You see how the color accents distance? So you see you have that one tree way down there, and then everything else is kind of green. And then along the footpath here, you have your flowers. I mean, it's all an optical illusion. You know, like the idea of, you know, I don't want to get lost in Central Park. Well, that's what you were supposed to do. You were supposed to get lost in Central Park. You were just supposed to meander around the paths, walking around, creating an adventure for yourself. This was the idea behind it. You were escaping from your everyday. You were escaping from nature. So nobody has any idea where the Mandarin Duck is, unfortunately. I'm really hoping to see the Mandarin Duck very soon, or some news from the Mandarin Duck very soon. Is that Tavern on the Green in the 80s? It is still here. We will be, if we don't get rained out, we will be walking right past Tavern on the Green, and we'll show you the Tavern on the Green and the Ghostbusters house. Yeah, a lot of people on the lake. Yeah. Oh, what an appropriate song to play. What an appropriate song to play. Yeah, no news on the Mandarin Duck for the last 16 days. Let's just listen to this guy play, okay? I thought he was going to play the whole song. Here it is. We're on the Bow Bridge, folks. He flew the coop. Yes, he did. Thank you. So everyone follow Duty Ron. The Dakota right there. There's your Dakota. Right there. And we're going to talk about the Dakota in a little bit. But how many movies is this bridge in? Cast iron bridge from 1858, designed by Calvert Vaux. And then off here in the distance, the Ramble, the most wooded area here in Central Park. Good to see you, Josh. There are a few secret spots just off the path. Having a great day. Having an absolutely fantastic day. I was about to come over here and give you some money. Well, you got it.
Where are you from?
I'm from Brooklyn.
Oh. So you like her?
Well,
People don't get it.
no, I appreciate it. You were playing Somewhere Over the Rainbow, so I was like, let me just take this in.
Thank you.
Enjoy, man. There you go. So you give a guy $3. Lift that barge, tip that bale, get a little drunk. No, you got no. When they're playing, he's playing really good. And what's happening right now is that a lot of people are just videoing him and not giving him anything. So I got some good tips this afternoon. I always spread the love if I can. The Twin Towers of the San Remo Apartments. Now, Demi Moore and Bruce Willis used to have an apartment in the tower on here on the right-hand side. And it's a massive apartment. It's a penthouse apartment. And at one point, it was supposed to sell for $172 million. But they kept on dropping the price. And I believe it's only now at $119 million. I could be wrong. But happy birthday, Josh. Happy birthday. So up in this direction here, your Natural History Museum. Oh, I love Central Park. Let's just take this in really quick. My huckleberry friends. The moon. He's playing Moon River. People. Let's go up to Cherry Hill. I think we might have missed all the cherries blossoming on Cherry Hill here. It's not looking too promising as we come around. I should have told the guy I was doing a live stream, but whatever. Not too many people know what a live stream is, and not too many people even do live streaming here in New York City. So, as I feel the first drops on my head. Yeah, not many left. No. Let's see. Because I know it gets warm up here, and lately in these warmer spots, these tend to bloom before everything else. Yeah. This is already bloomed. Cherry Hill. Now, back in the day when you first came to Central Park, this is where you parked your carriage. Yeah, I could imagine it was better Saturday. And oddly enough, as you see, now we're doing it with the rickshaws and the bicycles. No, I know the gimbal's not going to like the rain. Once it gets really raining, then obviously I'll take you guys off the gimbal. But we're not that far from the subway right now, so. We're not that far from the train, so. It's good, we're good. I think we might end this tour up by Strawberry Fields. Because luckily the train is right there next to Strawberry Fields. So you can rent a bike. Go out to 56th Street and come rent a bike with us at Unlimited Biking. If you have a New Yorker Explorer pass, you have an all-day pass to rent one of our bicycles or to come on my bicycle tour. That's right, Duty Ron. That's right. The weather today was absolutely fabulous. It was actually the last 3 days. Today was my favorite day. It was like just enough cool. It was nice and chill in the morning, crisp. And yes, I will be taking the D train. Correct. I will be taking the D train. I will be taking the D train. But I just, walking through the park here and being able to tell you some of the stories about the park make it all the better. That's what I love doing. As we come up on Daniel Webster, he was a senator from New Hampshire, and he was the one who really advocated for the continuing of the Union between North and South during the Civil War. And most of the statues of Daniel Webster are exactly his height. They're exactly life-size statues of him. In this case here, he's double the height. He's twice the size of life here in Central Park. But yes, what color is the D train? The orange line. The orange line. Same line that could take you down to Coney Island. Good thing I had me a Nathan's hot dog before I did this little live stream here. You're more than welcome, Maureen. I wish we could do a full tour. I wanted to give you guys the full 2-hour tour here. So instead we're doing an hour. But I'm gonna try to stay out here as long as I can until the rain pops up. So we keep on going in this direction here. This is the main drive right down here. Tavern on the Green is down there. The Sheep's Meadow and the finish line to the New York City Marathon. Took the yellow line to Coney. That means you took either a Q or an N train. As we enter Strawberry Fields, in 1983, Yoko Ono was able to acquire this area to reshape it in John Lennon's memory. And on October 9th, 1985, on John Lennon's 45th birthday, this area officially opens as Strawberry Fields. Oh, well, I'm doing all the walking for you, Marine. A 2-hour tour, Robert, a 2-hour tour. As you see here, a teardrop-shaped part of the park here has been carved out. Yes, you did hear Nathan's. But now what we're gonna do is, let's see, did this crowd pass us? I wanna show you guys the plaque, because this is an international peace garden recognized by 151 countries. That's your daughter's birthday. Awesome. So October 9th. So your daughter shares a birthday with John Lennon. And actually, they didn't do too much to the landscape. There were some extra trees planted, but for the most part, the pathways went the way they're going right now. Yeah, on the weekends, it's nuts over here. On the weekends, it's a little crazy. Oh, she'll be 18. Awesome. So here's our plaque. Now, a lot of the countries on this plaque actually don't exist anymore, which is kind of sad. But can you spot the countries that don't exist anymore? All right, Yugoslavia, there's one. There's a bunch. There's a bunch on that list that don't even exist anymore. It's kind of crazy. All right, let me get some money ready because I want to see who's playing what in here. But as I get my money ready, we'll look onto this field here where the dog is absolutely freaking the hell out and I'm loving it. So here in this field, there were 17 strawberry bushes from all around the world. Now, if you know anything about strawberry bushes, unfortunately, they don't last too well in our cold New York City winters. But also, the little birds like eating the berries from the bushes. So the strawberry bushes didn't last too long. But what is still here, amongst that entirely massive crowd, is the Imagine Mosaic. Now, I'm going to tell you what the Imagine Mosaic is first, and then we're going to go into the crowd and see it. But the Imagine Mosaic is a gift from the city of Naples to the city of New York. It is created with these beautiful black and white tiles. The clay was made from clay from the volcano at Pompeii. But as you see, everyone is gathered around the mosaic. Now, if you want to come here and celebrate John's life, don't come here on December 8th. Come here on October 9th for his birthday. Good to see you, Samara. Welcome. And you know why it's called Strawberry Fields? What is it again? It's a children's school out there in Liverpool. But everyone comes out here. Come out here on his birthday. Come out here on John's birthday. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go right into the crowd. And we're just going to take in the moment here in Strawberry Fields. Right? It's a park in Liverpool. But isn't it like a children's school or something like that? Strawberry Fields? Yeah, some kind of children's school out there in Liverpool. Now, actually, that was another funny thing. You just reminded me of something, Wilbs. So when Strawberry Fields first opens up in 1985, somebody does bring this massive kind of oversized statue of John Lennon. But Yoko she did not want kind of statues of John Lennon to become part of the park here. So she had it quickly removed. But the statue lives on today in Liverpool. But it was first placed here. And Yoko's like, get that thing out of here. Now, if you do see Yoko in Central Park, she does stroll the park quite often. Check out her Instagram, check out her Twitter. I did meet Yoko Ono twice here in the park. Approach her calmly, quietly, respectfully. Don't come running up to her. because she will disappear on you quite quick. But she is a lovely person. She's a very soft-spoken person, and if you come up to her with good energy and nice, like I said, nice, calm, and respectful, she'll talk to you. She'll hang out with you. And the first time I met her, I actually walked with her a little bit and had the whole discussion about the day. And second time wasn't too long. I was working, and some tourist came up screaming at her, and she quickly left. But now, here we go into the Imagine Mosaic. Taking the sounds, taking the sights. Here we go.
Thanks so much, folks. Okay. Welcome to the show, guys. I have a little help from my friends here. It's just kind of occasionally. Actually, we're supporting the plane. Just kidding.
You got a website?
Yeah. You can go here, Sean New York, SENALY, .rocks.
There we go.
And then you click there, and it follow you to ManyChat.
All right.
You know the ManyChat?
Yes.
ManyChat is attached to Facebook.
Yeah.
And then you can choose,
All right. You sound Dutch. Are you Dutch? No.
Say this.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Close.
Are you Dutch?
No.
Where are you
I'm from Brooklyn.
Ah, you're from. I play. I really think I'm Dutch, but almost there.
Okay.
I play a lot in Poland, actually. Yeah.
Cool. Love the music, man.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Next song is called American Girl. No.
Megan.
Central Park. All right. We're now going to walk out here. Looks like it's not raining just yet, so we're going to keep going. I think we're going to make it down the west side here. I think we're going to be able to make it down to Columbus Circle. So we're going to go see the Tavern on the Green and the Ghostbusters building. But let's fly out of here. And now we're on 72nd Street, Central Park West. Good to see you, John. Welcome. And of course, here is the Dakota Apartments. You're more than welcome, Maureen. So there it is, our Dakota Apartments. The Dakota is as old as the Brooklyn Bridge. The building was completed in 1884. And it was literally the only thing up here when it was completed. The joke was that it was so far north, it might as well be in the Dakota Territories. And actually, there's a great picture of Central Park, fairly young Central Park in the foreground, and in the background, this is the only building around. But here it is, Strawberry Fields. Here it is, the Dakota Apartments. In 1973, John Lennon and Yoko Ono buy their apartment in here. And over the years, they begin to acquire their neighbors' apartments. So, to see where I can show you John and Yoko's apartments, right here on the corner. The one above this railing here. So right there at that railing, that is the apartment right there. Now, they own 3/4 of the floor. It's a 40-room apartment they have amassed over the years, but you could be neighbors with Roberta Flack. Now, the apartment's so big, it's roughly 40 rooms. They do rent out half of the apartment for the bargain basement price of $62,000 a month. So, keep that in mind. But there is the apartment, and of course, on December 8th, 1980, there was this miserable human being who I will not say his name because that's what he wanted people like me to do, say his name. But there was this guy from Hawaii. He was a married man from Hawaii, and he read the book, The Catcher in the Rye, and it kind of drove him crazy. And he had a whole laundry list of people he wanted to kill, and unfortunately, John Lennon was the first person he got to. And it was not a secret that John Lennon and Yoko Ono lived here. So on a regular basis, you would have fans of his, wait outside in front of his apartment and ask for an autograph and whatnot. And on December 8th, 1980, this was no different day. There were a lot of people kind of hanging out in front of the entrance to the building right here, in front of that bus stop, and to greet John. And this guy from Hawaii was one of these people who greeted John. signed the album Double Fantasy, and then John Lennon and Yoko Ono hopped into their town car, went up to the West Village to record a radio interview. And then later on, they record the final cut of Walking on Thin Ice, and then they return here. They return here in the evening at around 8:30ish, 8 o'clock-ish, and there was no fans waiting for him, but this guy from Hawaii was waiting for him. And as John Lennon got out of his taxi cab, or as his town car, the guy asked him for an autograph again. John Lennon thought nothing of it, and at pretty much point-blank range, this guy from Hawaii fires 3 shots into John Lennon's stomach. Unfortunately for John Lennon, one of these shots hits an artery, and he quickly bleeds out. Usually, back in the 80s and in the 70s, this was not a safe place. So there were usually police cars kind of hanging out right here where these rickshaws are. So when he was shot, the police immediately came over, and John Lennon was literally thrown into a cop car and sent up to Roosevelt Hospital in the Upper East Side, where he dies 90 minutes later. Now, one of the nurses attending to John and Yoko just happened to blurt out the news to a news reporter that John Lennon passed away. So that night, by 11 o'clock that night, there was nearly 50,000 people here in Central Park, basically mass mourning. By the next day, this number will swell to well over 100,000. Kind of amazing. Now, it's beginning to rain, so let's hop in the train. It is beginning to rain. Watched the movie where Jared... Yeah, I know. Yes, I know. I don't... That's... he wanted people like me to say his name. He wanted to be famous. And good to see you, JJ. Good to see you, Jess. Unfortunately, we're just finishing up our walking tour. It's beginning to rain. I wanted to show you guys Tavern on the Green and the Ghostbusters building, but let's just get inside. Let me get away from the rain now. Good to see you out there. That's right, Honey Badger. Correct. Miss you too. Well, I'm here on YouTube, I'm still live streaming. Awesome. I'll check it out. You've been rained out too, Dave. There's like a little shower. It's my out. It's time for me to go home. Oh, you did a live stream at McDonald's? That's pretty cool. All right. Let's go underground. That's right, Maureen. Thank you so much. All right, into the subway we go. Now, this station was... I have met famous people on my tours many times. Anne Hathaway. Who was that? Who was the creator of Cats? I'm blanking on his name. He was a Broadway show producer. Blanking on his name, but we saw him on a tour once. We saw. I saw a couple of times. I saw what's his name? Ricky Gervais. I can't wait to do the tap to go in the future. Look at this cool mosaic right here. This is all tiles. This is all tiles, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't that cool? All right, so this is neat. I think it's worth it to come to this subway station just to see this. But those are all little ceramic tiles. Hey. Oh boy. Let's get to the other end of the car. We got people screaming. Yeah, dude, you're on. It's okay. I gotta move to the front of the train anyway. Yeah, like the retour. You got it. Yeah, someone's a little angry. It happens. It happens. I think, I like to think like the city is too like energetic for some people, so they don't know how to handle it sometimes. So they start like screaming like that. I know you're down the block with the clock. Thanks, Duty Ron. Everyone follow Duty Ron. The only YouTuber that has no problem showing his Glock on the live stream. See, this is the problem actually doing the live stream half the time, as you guys know, like people think I'm talking to them. So it's like, yeah, well, you guys are on the live stream. You'll have to be calling 911, but there's police officers upstairs. So there's a bunch of cops upstairs, so it's not a big deal. You have 1 minute with me until that train comes. So we're going to end the live stream, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man, it was so much fun. It was so much fun taking you guys around Central Park. As always, 40 days and you'll be here. Really, Robert? Come on out. It's going to be awesome. Thank you so much for tuning on in. I wish I could have been on longer, but hey, it's raining. Let's see, is this my ride right now? It's my ride. Yes, it is. Do me a favor. Have a fantastic New York day, whether you live here or not. I want you to hug your loved ones, cherish those moments. And good night, Mrs. Calabash. Wherever you are. I'll see you guys soon, folks. Bye-bye. You're more than welcome, 80s music fan. You got it. You got it, Honey Badger. Next time we spend some more time down there. Hopefully next time it won't rain. Later, guys. Oh, maybe not. Right? There it goes.